Okay, so I just wanted to do a video on the melodic minor, because I know it can be a very confusing topic, and I just want to talk about a couple of different ways that you can incorporate it. So there was two different ways in that improvisation at the start that I applied it. So that was just an improvisation. It was a second take. I wanted to keep it quite authentic. The first take I actually forgot to press record in Logic, so you know, that was just me being dumb, but got it down. And I think the important thing with improvisation is it needs to be, you know, off the cuff as much as you can. If there's mistakes, there's mistakes. So I like to try and do things quickly, because you could be here all day doing the perfect take. But anyway, you get the idea. And like I say, this lesson I'm going to be concentrating on the melodic minor and how you can apply it to your playing. So if you don't know what the melodic minor is, the best way to go is obviously find out its intervallic structure, i.e. what are the intervals of a melodic minor scale. So this key, as you know from the song, if you haven't heard it, I'd be very surprised if you haven't. So it's just a Superstition backing track by Stevie Wonder, but it just had the groove, no vocals, so it's quite nice to play over. So it's in E minor, but because after a while you're just constantly hearing this E, you can pretty much play E anything, okay? But it's mainly a minor tonality anyway, because you have which is that minor third, so it's implying that it's a minor, obviously. So, and then you get the turnaround of the B7, C7, B7, B flat 7, A, and then the B7 sharp 5, which is a place you can play another kind of melodic minor scale called the altered scale, which is what I'm going to talk about in a sec. But if we're just talking over that verse part, over that E, we can play E melodic minor, okay? So first of all, what is a melodic minor scale? Okay, it consists of a 1, so I'm going to go from this E here. Okay, so it's a 1, a 2, flat 3, 4, 5, major 6, major 7, back to the 1, okay? Now, like I say, you should know this scale, well, every scale really that you do, you should know it from every root and different fingerings. So like, for example, so you should know it from everywhere around the neck. Okay, that's I'm going to be doing a lesson topic on this, actually, knowing the best way to actually play your scales around the neck, because what a lot of people do will just learn one shape that move it around. Very counterintuitive when you're trying to play on the fly. Anyway, I digress. So we're going to be looking at, I'm going to be showing you from here, okay? I'll just keep to this one shape at the minute, just for a second. So the big note in this, which I think people get lost in when they haven't played melodic minor before, is this major 7, because they go, okay, that sounds good, yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, actually the 6 might as well, but you can hear that the 6 is in the Dorian scale as well. It's when you hit, this is the note which people go, ooh, okay? So if you're not used to the melodic minor scale, if you're not used to that major 6, the major 7, okay, it may take some time, but that is the key note you want to target really when you're playing melodic minor. So what does melodic minor do? It spices it up, for me anyway. So naturally over this like groove, like funky kind of fusion groove, it's a Dorian scale really. So I'm targeting that 6. But when I start targeting the major 7 as well, it's a bit like, ooh, okay. Okay, it's a very out there. Well, if you haven't heard it before, it sounds out there, but it can be really quirky. So yeah, over this you can play E melodic minor. So this is the shape. So say if I play over the backing, just be really you know, careful when putting it in. Obviously, you can put it when you do the when you're doing more runs, but in your phrasing, be really careful. It's quite nice at the end to bring the tension in. Okay. You know, just be really careful with that. If I just play the track, I'll show you what I mean. So. Okay, so I just used it a couple of times. It was really nice for your ear to go, ooh, okay, I hear that. Because normally people over this would just play Dorian. Okay, so all the Dorian stuff, and you know, you can think of it the E Mixolydian as well. But I just want to look at the melodic minor. I'll be doing another lesson on that, other modes. But so that's one way you can use it over the E. Shoving that melodic minor. So yeah, I advise you to learn it over the neck. So another position would be on the 12th fret here. Okay, so I'll call up the frets. Okay, it's the same structure: 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7. Okay, so 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, major 6, major 7, 1. So it's I'll call up the frets. So it's 12, 14, 15 on the E string, 12, 14 on the A string. Can't speak. Sorry. D string I have 11, 13, 14. G string I have 11, 12, 14. B string I have 12, 14, and then the high E I have 11 and then 12. Okay, so you can okay, so that's right. I think one of the licks I did in it was it's actually I nicked it from Guthrie, you know, who better to nick it from, but I did this chromatic kind of rundown from the flat 3 of E. Okay, so think of it, I'm in the first position of pentatonic as well, so I do this, hit the flat 3, chromatic, and then this is to the major 7 here, which is quite nice, and then so I go flat 3, pull off to 14, 13 to 12, slide to 11, which is my major 7, which is the one I said, which is that quirky note, hit the 14 on the high E, and then hit the middle finger on the 12 on the high E. So I think that's the lick in total. Okay, did something like that anyway. But yeah, that's a really nice touch. So that's part 1. The second part where we can use the melodic minor is on this turnaround. So I'm playing B7, C7, back to B7, B flat 7, A7, then on this. Okay, so on this B7 we can play a scale called the altered scale. And if you have it, if you don't know, it's the 7th mode of the melodic minor. So basically, to make it easy, say you've got a B7, you go up 1 fret and you play a melodic minor off that note. So in this case, you play it's a B7 sharp 5. Now what the altered scale gives us is it gives us the sharp 5, the flat 5, the flat 9 and the sharp 9. So it's got all altered notes. So if I'm playing a B7 sharp 5, a perfect scale to play would be B altered. So what you do, here's your B7 sharp 5, you go up 1 fret, and then you play the melodic minor scale. So in this case, B7 goes to C melodic minor. Okay, so the shape I used was actually the one I just taught you off E here. So first finger off C. And you can hear. Because it wants to resolve to that E minor, which it does in the song, because it goes 3, 4, back to the riff. So when you find a chord which is say D7 and it moves it's the fifth of E, right? So B is the fifth of E, 5. Actually, it's the 5 of E. So when you have a 5 back to a 1, like a perfect cadence, it wants to resolve. So you can hear. Okay, so in this case, B7 sharp 5, it wants to resolve it back to that E. Perfect place to use the altered scale, or in this, just the C melodic minor you can think. Okay? Okay, it wants to resolve it. So this is two ways you can use the melodic minor. So over the E, you can just think E melodic minor, okay, just to spice up your playing. It's a great jam track, so I'm sure a lot of you watching this probably play it live. I know I do many times over the years. So it's great just to use in that, and of course on that turnaround, on that B7 sharp 5, or just even a B7, you could just use it on that. So, because I'm thinking the key is E minor, I'm playing the 5 chord because it wants to go back to the 1. Okay, so that's where you could play it. There's many other things you can play on that B7 chord, but you could use B dominant Phrygian, but a popular thing would be the C melodic minor or B altered. I'm going to be doing more lessons on the melodic minor stuff, but yeah, just thought I'd give you a little taste of what the sound is. Get used to it, get knowing it around the neck. That's the best advice I give you, because you just don't want to learn one shape and then just move that shape. Learn it off your roots. But I'm going to be doing a video on the best way to practice scales. That's probably going to be coming next in the next few days anyway. Please subscribe to me. Please write comments. Let me know what you want to what you want me to cover, because that gives me a good idea. But yeah, if you can write down them below, that would really appreciate it. Share it, what you can. So thank you. Have a good one. Let me know if you get any issues, because I answer to everyone. So please don't hesitate, and best of luck. Let me know how you do.